Hey everyone, what's going on? Welcome to another episode of 2 Minutes to Review. I'm Matt.
And I'm Zach.
It's our review show, and if you haven't joined us for one of these before, the longest review in under 2 minutes wins. And we normally do new albums, and this is no exception. This one actually came out a little bit early, but Zach, you're going to tell them what it is.
That's right. This album actually dropped a few days early, and it's arguably one of the most anticipated hip-hop albums of 2020. I'm talking about RTJ4. It's the fourth album from Run the Jewels, who over the past decade have become one of the most poignant, dynamic, and just well-respected duos in hip-hop. And every time they drop a new album, it usually gets huge fanfare and acclaim for obvious and right reasons. And especially with everything going on in the world right now, this album really came at the right time. But you know what? I'm getting ahead of myself.
It sounds like you want to go. It sounds like you want to go first.
I'm actually going to let you go first. I'm going to be a gentleman today. No, you're going to let me go?
Nah, brah. You go first. I'll let you go first.
Well, thanks, brah. Let me know when the official Epic Footnote timekeeper is ready.
Ready. 3, 2, 1, go.
So right off the bat, I'm just going to say that Run the Jewels have done it again. They created a hip-hop album that really is as powerful and epic as it is personal and poignant. The album's first two singles, Yankee and the Brave, Episode 4, and Ooh La La, really do a great job kicking off the album with a massive bang, while songs like Holy Calamafuck, which is just so much fun to say, and The Ground Below really keep the momentum going. And then songs like Walking in the Snow and Just are the biting political anthems that we really do need right now that perfectly capture the tension and heartache that's being shared around the world. And when you listen to it, you're shocked, and it's just so powerful, and it's something that needs to be heard. And then the album closes on such a great high note with the song A Few Words for the Firing Squad, Radiation. It's a song that really just showcases perfectly how LP and Killer Mike are just truly masters at creating a sound that's larger than life while still just being really personal at its core, with some amazing lyrics, with amazing build-up. And so really, in conclusion, RTJ4 continues to prove that LP and Killer Mike are two of the most important voices, not just in hip-hop today, but really in music as a whole.
Okay. And what is your star rating?
I'm going to give it a 4. Admittedly, it might drop to 3.5 toward the end of the year, but I really do think that this is a great return for RTJ4 for Run the Jewels. It really just proves that the two are always really at the top of their game, and they just continue to deliver on everything that they do.
All right, fair enough.
All right, so Matt, are you ready?
I am ready.
3, 2, 1.
So I'm going to be upfront about this. I have not been the biggest Run the Jewels fan. In fact, any hip hop that probably has come out over like the last 5 to 10 years, I really haven't been a huge fan of. However, what I do really like about this album is that it does sound like a very old school hip hop album. Maybe, and this is probably just me, but maybe the bass hits a little bit too hard in certain areas of the album. Very minor. However, I can see why they decided to release this album early. The lyrics on here, it couldn't have come at a more perfect time with what is going on in the world today. And just some of the lyrics in Walking in the Snow and Yankee and the Brave, they're just really, really like, did you know that this was going to happen? Because they couldn't match up any better to what is actually happening right now. And I honestly believe that this album is probably going to be one of those albums that, if you like hip hop at all and you pay attention to politics at all, it's just something that's going to mesh so well, and it's going to be an anthem for so many people at this time when everybody really needs it. So I would say, from that standpoint, it's a really great album. I also like the guest appearances on the album. I mean, mainly because one is Zach De La Rocha, and anything with him on, I'm really curious to hear. And because it is a politically charged album, Zach being on here just makes a lot of sense. I love his vocal performance and his abilities on the song Just. And then Josh Homme, you can really hear his influence on the song Pulling the Pin, because It's just got this really weird beat behind it, and you can just hear like a little bit of that Queens of the Stone Age influence in there. So all in all, if you're looking for something that is not only timely and it is very current event and it is something that is old school, and let's just say it this way, it's just a great album through and through. This is going to be something you're going to want to listen to.
All right. What's the star ranking?
Star ranking, I am going to give it, I'll give it a 4 star as well.
All right.
It is a good album.
Okay.
No, I didn't think of it in terms of star rating, when I was doing this. I was trying to get down, all of the political pictures that they're trying to paint on here, because obviously with things that are going on right now, and I'm not talking about the coronavirus, with everything that's going on right now, it's so crazy that they wrote this album and had this album finished, and then, oh crap, what happened? Yeah. So
I was going to even say, because you mentioned that before too, I think the sad truth is that you could have done this so many years ago too, and it still would have been relevant. I think that's a testament to also the reason why there's so much heartache and tension going on right now, is that this is a continuing issue, but they do a great job at capturing that anger and that emotion.
Correct. But I'm going to say this, and with all due respect to everything that's going on, I completely understand. I get it. I'm saying it from a perspective of, with the incident that just recently happened. If that incident didn't happen, maybe this, for some, wouldn't be as poignant of an album to listen to. Or maybe if you like Run the Jewels, maybe it's like, yeah, you know the lyrics, you hear the lyrics, you understand what's going on, but it's not like, it's not in your face. Now this is what's in your face. It's here, it's now. Yes, there have been things going on over years and years and years that should not have been going on, and I will go on the record and say, yes, that Black lives do matter. And
Absolutely.
this is one of those albums that I feel like is an anthem to what is going on now. And it, like I said, it's kind of eerie how it just happened.
Yeah. Well,
So,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
no, go ahead. Good.
Going back also, just how they do a great job of capturing the anger. As a white man myself, I do have white privilege in that I can't relate to that in a way, because I've been fortunate that I can't relate to some of the heartache and frustrations that they voice. And I think they do a great job at finding a way to not make to make people either feel they can relate to it, or also make people who have never found themselves in an instance like this, for them to understand what they are feeling, what is going on for them. And I think that's what makes this album both timely and timeless, in that it really does almost serve as a great educational tool, as a great reminder for everyone.
Right.
Because I'm sorry. No, please.
I was going to say that this is going to go along the lines of like NWA.
Yes.
Hands down, when you go back and listen to like Fuck the Police, I mean, come on. How does that not ring true from back when that came out and what just happened? So this is going to be one of those albums that is going to be on the level, and this is my relation, this is going to be on the level of politically charged of something like a Bruce Springsteen, or like a Rage Against the Machine, or a System of a Down. They all have their own little different political pockets that they talk about, but albums from the hip hop world, like NWA and this Run the Jewels album, they are going to be staples for the time that they came out in. There's no other better way for me to put it than that, because it has happened in the past, all of the oppression, and it still is continuing to happen. And, hopefully, we all learn something from this now, and it happens less and less in the future, if not at all anymore. But I feel like this album, and just the way that it feels, at least for me, this could be just me talking, but for me, it feels like there is seriously going to be a lot of change after this. And maybe, with more and more people speaking out about this in different ways and coming out with music like this, maybe it'll ignite some more fires that maybe, I don't trust what I'm seeing on TV. Okay, I'm hearing it from people who are living it. Maybe it's different for them that way. I don't know. That could just be me.
Honestly, I think you said it really, 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 really well. And I'm really, I was glad that you mentioned about the comparisons of Bruce Springsteen to Rage Against the Machine to NWA, because I was even thinking in the back of my head how, like, in the same way that Bob Dylan captured the time period of the 60s and 70s, I would agree with you that Run the Jewels really have captured what the voice and emotion is of a whole decade, of a whole time period. So that's exactly how I feel too, Matt. And I agree with you. I hope it leads to more discussions. I hope it leads to more learning. I really, 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 really do hope, because
Yeah,
we need it right now.
if somebody doesn't come out and say something, then it's just going to get worse and worse. And, there's been so many things that have been said online about everything, and I don't want to go down the political hole because, that's not what we're here for. But
It's not, but at the same time, we need to speak up.
exactly. We do need to say things. We do need to make sure that people know where we're coming from and who we are. And we don't stand for anything like that. Like I said, yes, do all lives matter? Yes. But in this instance, Black Lives Matter, because we as two white guys, we don't understand. Like Zach already said, we don't understand, and we never will understand. But that doesn't mean that we don't have compassion and we don't have a heart for what's going on, and we want to see all of this go away and all of this stop, because that's just who we are. We don't want to see anybody put on underneath anything like that.
This is a time for all of us to learn and for all of us to listen, for all of us to show support, and like you said, Matt, compassion. In order for all lives to matter, Black lives need to matter. And that is something that I hope resonates and people understand. It's disheartening to see the clash of debates going on, but not to get too sidetracked again. To going back to this, it's great that we can have albums like RTJ4 and artists like Run the Jewels being able to help people get their frustration out, but also help others understand. And I think that's a key word there too, is understand.
Right.
And the backtrack a little bit too. The music is great as well.
Everything, the beats are great in this album. There's no way around it. The beats are just great. Like I said, on that one track, pulling the pin with it feels very like Josh Holmes, Queens of the Stone Age meets hip hop, and it's really cool. If you didn't listen to it closely enough, go back and listen to that one. I loved the way that they kind of blended that all together in the beat in that track.
Yeah, but you know what? So I think now is a good time to, Matt, thanks for letting me kind of talk. I feel like this is the first time we really got to have a talk like this on our show.
Yeah.
So I'm glad we got to do this. But now it's time for a little bit of gloating.
Okay. So I guess we got to go by times, huh?
So yeah, because as we said in the beginning, the goal here is to try to find out who can give the longest review in under 2 minutes. So, Matt, what is my time?
All right, Zach, your time officially is 1 minute 26:25.
Ooh.
This is one of your shorter ones.
This is one of my shorter ones. Because I think the music speaks for itself in many ways. But
Good
I
save.
think thank you. But I think also, I was really happy to have the post review discussion too.
Yes.
So Matt, would you like to know your time?
I guess
your time is right on the 2 minute mark.
Ooh. Is it
literally right? I'd say maybe it's 0.2.00.40. So you're literally right on the right on the 2 minute mark. It's such those little milliseconds. I'm not even counting that for you. Like you're right on the 2 minute mark. I don't even know what this means.
So this also is going by our internet rules, and we allow for like a 2-second fudge factor. Okay, so it's 2 minutes and 42 milliseconds. So that means that you subtract 2 seconds, so it's a minute 58:42.
Screw you.
Yeah. Boom.
Screw you.
Man, I am good at this game.
Screw you. Well, thank you all so much for listening to us nerds reviewing a really great album. We want to know what you think, though. Did you like the album? Do you agree with our thoughts on the record? Did we miss the mark? Did we miss something about it? Let us know on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, literally any platform, social media platform. I'm sure you can find us if you just do @Epic Footnote. And if not, we'll be there soon anyway. Thanks again so much for listening. Stay safe out there, and we hope you tune in for another episode real soon.
Thanks, guys. Take it easy. See ya.